Captain Sumari Jono. That was my grandfather. He was a pilot serving for Garuda Indonesian Airlines. Over the course of his career, he flew hundreds of flights, flying over 30 years. After retirement, his health started to dwindle, his ability to walk, and finally, his ability to speak. The once avid nomad, the speaker of multiple tongues, the father of four, the prestigious captain, was now bounded by a wheelchair. My father would always say that wealth means nothing without health, because let's be honest, it don't matter how many M's you've got in your bank account, 21 Savage. If your body and soul has reached its end, you can't reap the fruits of your labor. I didn't really understand what he meant by that until I saw firsthand with my grandfather. Nowadays, there's a lot of emphasis on maintaining your physical health, but health encompasses all three aspects, you see? There is physical, social, and mental. It's funny, our bodies can only be as strong as our minds, so maybe it's time we condition our mental well-being with the same efforts we put into conditioning our bodies. Welcome back to the show, an intimate conversation surrounding personal growth and the experiences that shape us into the people we are today. I am your host, Pradika, and this is The Predicament. Today on the show, we've got our guest, the one, the only, Grace.
Yeah. What's up, girl? Hi, I'm happy to be here. It's my first time doing a podcast, so like super excited to get into it.
Yeah.
And thank you for having me.
No, thank you for having me. No, thank you for having yourself on here.
I mean
I'm super stoked for having you. You know, I've always wanted to have you on the pod because I feel like you're a type of person that exudes a lot of different perspectives.
Interesting that you say that.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I think that every time when we talk, we always find like we always discover something new. We always have like these like deep talks, and I kind of fuck with your perspective on things. And so, you know, as we know, as you're aware, you know, COVID-19 was a shit show. And you know, one of the things
that better than it was a good shit show.
It was a good shit show.
It needed to happen.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I think you're right. And the one thing that I admire about you as a person is that you exude positivity. And so one of the questions that I wanted to ask you is, what did that persist throughout COVID-19?
I want to say yes. I want to say no. I want to say it's non-linear. I want to say a whole range of answers. Like it was everything.
Okay.
Like for me, COVID and being positive, it was easy to do that because I just kept busy. Like as you see, I'm like crocheting on camera right now. Like I built hobbies and stuff like that. And so that positivity was always there. But like at the same time, since you have so much free time, there was a lot to reflect. And because of that took away the positivity because I'm like, okay, now I need to reflect. I want to grow. I knew this was like a perfect time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of like bringing up old stuff. So that the fact that COVID happened was kind of positive in the sense that like you get to do your own hobbies and stuff and figure yourself out. Negative because like you're dealing with so much and it really is a journey to deal with it. Like to start your mental health journey, it's a lot of work. And so just dealing with all of that made it a little bit crazy. But now I'm positive again because it's like non-linear and that's totally fine. Yeah. How to not give a fuck with Grace. My brother's ex-girlfriend like said I was gonna get pregnant at a really young age and I didn't know that was gonna affect me the way it did. Like I have people pleasing and stuff because I'm just like, why do people like look at me and just would say these things? So I would like people please. And
So then, you know, you mentioned about mental health. Like, how was your mental health like during COVID-19, if I may ask?
At the beginning of COVID-19, it was like really great. I didn't feel like school was already transitioning to online and stuff like that, and I went back home. And yeah, so that was at the beginning was fine. Afterward, when I started dealing with more things and I came back to Vancouver and me and my ex moved in together, it was a lot. You heard about people like getting divorces and like going through a lot with their significant other because you're spending so much more time with them. Like you really see that person and see them for who they are when you're spending 24 hours with a person. And so like that, I would say took a toll a little bit more than I thought. Like in like looking back, I was just like, oh, I should have been aware that this was affecting my mental health, but at the time I didn't know. What else? I didn't feel confident, even though like I'm drippy, whatever. But like things where like the drip drop, like obviously with the right people,
absolutely,
not with like people are gonna tell you manifested this. Literally.
Have you met people like that? Here's a question for you. So, what is your perception on it? Do you think that it's really important, and how is it important to you? You know.
I think mental health should be important to everyone. I think therapy in the future is going to be taken as like you're about to meet up with your friend and like an hour before like you schedule a therapy session just to get it in. And I think everyone's going to be aware of their mental health like that because like how you were treated as a child, whether or not like your childhood is just like the most important thing, like how you were brought up. And then like that's literally shaping how you interact and like looking at all the experiences that shaped you. Like for me growing up, my brother's ex-girlfriend, like said I was gonna get pregnant at a really young age, and I didn't know
Jesus
that was gonna
Christ.
affect me
Yeah.
the way it did. Like I have people pleasing and stuff, because I'm just like, why do people like look at me and just would say these things? So I would like people please, and like with that, I also have abandonment issues, which is like not like those things don't
Yeah.
like that's like a really bad combination, right?
Right.
And like that's looking back at my childhood, like nothing happened that I would say like really affected me like that, but just
Right.
hearing that and then how I grew up and interacted with people, that had some effect.
Right,
So that's
right.
why I think mental health is super serious. Plus like a lot of things, like when you're saying, going off what you're saying,
Yeah,
like
go on,
when you
shoot.
when you want to like interact with people and that's how you share, I think that's amazing, because when you feel like you're not alone and stuff, like a lot of people deal with it by themselves, and that's not good, because then you think you're by yourself, and
Right.
that's not the case. You know, like you should interact, you should have these conversations. That's why I'm like so happy to be here and like
Yeah.
sharing this stuff,
Yeah.
because people should feel okay to share these things, like obviously with the right people.
Absolutely.
Not with like people are going to tell you manifested this. Literally.
Have you met people like that?
Yeah, like I had to
actually-
stop being friends with one of my like, not stop being friends, but like I had to like cut that, because they said some stuff like that to me, and I was just like, bro, like I'm
Why would you
telling
say
you,
that?
right?
Yeah.
And so like it's like you shouldn't, like it's great that you feel like you should talk to people and that you want to share. They're sharing with the right people. You're not gonna feel alone. Just yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, you said it. You said it really perfect. Are you happy?
Yes.
Are you
Straight
content?
up. I am happy now. And it's not gonna last. Happiness doesn't last, like every freaking other emotion, but I'm allowing myself to feel the happiness in this present moment, because that's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
Was I happy yesterday? Probably not. I was probably crying in tears. Like I literally cry every freaking day. Like it's crazy.
Because like I have friends who I speak to and have these like therapy sessions with all the time. I have these two close friends of mine that I constantly talk about my problems with, right? But I guess you're right. People who don't have those kinds of people or are not comfortable with speaking those kind of things with those kind of people, it's great to actually reach out to someone else who's an expert about things, right? And would you say that, you know, finding the right people really does play a big part into like how you can be like better versed with your mental health, like just surrounding yourself with the right people?
Yeah, 150%. Like obviously if you're like sitting in your room, four walls, looking at that by yourself, you're gonna feel super sad and depressed and feel like you're alone, like I've been saying. And so like and you can also feel alone within a group of people and stuff like that. And I've been feeling like that with my friend group recently. Like
Okay.
and I really like verbalizing where I'm at. Like meet me where I'm at. Like I'm telling you right now, I'm not feeling the best. Like I'm just gonna need a little bit more communication. I think that's the best way. Like to communicate that you need more communication or whatever you need, you know. And obviously like not overstepping and like putting your friends in an uncomfortable position. Like
Right.
come meet me at 3 a.m. Like I need to talk to you. Like obviously
some
sometimes
wild
you need
shit,
that,
yeah.
right? Sometimes you need that, but like making people feel uncomfortable. But just like the general things I would do is like ask for more communication, and they couldn't meet me right there at my lowest point. So it's like you can definitely feel alone with the people you're around. So I realized that, and I would rather be by myself. Like now I'm just chilling on my own and stuff.
Right.
I didn't realize how much self-hate I had toward myself after being in the relationship and hanging around the people I've been hanging around.
Okay.
And so I took that off. I cut that off because
think
I'm
it's
just
good.
like thinking about it, that they're not responding even though we're supposed to be friends, not picking up phone calls even though we're supposed to be friends. I felt even so much more alone, rather than just sitting with myself and realizing I don't have that baggage on me.
Right. No, I totally get what you're saying. Speaking about, you know, all this mental stuff, like I feel like you're a very I don't give a fuck kind of person. I love that about you, not gonna lie.
I'm freaking dead.
No, but it's true. I mean, first time I met you, you just exude this like, hey man, I don't give a fuck what people think, and I really do admire that. And so here's a question for you, because that's also part of, you know, how to build a better mental fortitude. But how do you not give a fuck?
No, how to not give a fuck was great.
Yeah, how to not give a fuck with great.
For the people I valued, like my ex, like I did give a fuck about what he, like certain things, like for fashion and stuff. Like we're in a styling group and we did music videos and we like all that stuff.
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
like
yeah.
I trust his opinion on that. And when I value someone's opinion, like I would be more like I would give a fuck about what they're saying to me.
Right.
And so yeah, so I'm not like don't give a fuck all the time. Like it's not that. But I realize now like why I don't give a fuck in the most cases is because like everyone's doing their own thing.
Yep.
And I'm doing my own thing.
Right.
If I'm walking my own path, why would I care about what these other people who's not walking my own path or going through whatever I've been through think? Like, why would I care about that?
Yeah, I got you.
So like that's why I don't give a fuck. Like like you know, like be whole in yourself and that be sure that you're walking. And I feel like why you're not sure, like exactly what I'm saying with my ex is that I wasn't sure about like the fashion stuff and this I didn't feel confident, even though like I'm drippy, whatever. But like there's certain things
drip,
where like
drip.
the drip drop. Drip drop. But like there's certain things like the luxury, like certain pieces, like archive pieces, like I don't know how to like have an eye for that and he does. So I felt like super like not confident in that. And I would say that's what's making people second guess themselves and give a fuck about what other people are saying or thinking or doing, because they're not confident in themselves. Be confident and like build that. Like for me, I built that up in the fashion, and now I feel confident. I don't give a fuck about my ex. Like for real, like on that stuff, I don't feel dependent anymore. And that's what I needed to do. I needed to build it on my own. And the only way you can do that is to sit with yourself, build that confidence within yourself, right? And that's how you don't give a fuck. Like who cares? Like if you're dressing like this outside and someone's like, bro, that's an ugly ass color, you're gonna be like, no, I get what you're saying. Like that's an ugly ass color. You're gonna be like, if you're sure of yourself and you're confident that you've worn this color, it looks good on you. You know this is your shade of blue, the turquoise, whatever. You're gonna be fine with, like, you can't, like, that's not gonna affect you. And because people are not sure of themselves because they're trying to walk someone else's path, it's not gonna work. And that's why they're constantly giving a fuck, constantly doing stuff. Yeah.
So interesting how like your mental really affects your body. Hey.
Tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it. I know. It's crazy.
So was that really surprising to you? Like, whoa, what the fuck?
Nah.
It makes sense then when you look back at it. And
yeah, it totally makes sense. Yeah. Like I felt like that. It was the first time like verbalizing it when someone like, oh, there's a name for this. I'm actually fitting into something. Other people go through that. Like obviously, nothing that you're experiencing is unique to you. Like I want to say that. That's why like don't feel like you're alone. Like reach out. You know.
Right.
But yeah, it wasn't new to me. Like this has been going on. I knew I like do well under stress and stuff like that. And in society, it's kind of rewarded. Like Wall Street, it's freaking stressed environment, people up, whatever. That's why like I'm so grateful at what's happening right now, like the shift in like slow fashion, like just all of this that's happening. Sorry, I can get into it more, but just like the shift that's happening, it's going toward a more slower environment. Like yes, like TikTok's there and like only like 15-second videos or whatever, but if you talk to your friends, like things are slowing down. Like people want to work from home, be able to slow down their day, not be in this environment, like work environment all the time and feel like they're on the go, and that's showing that it's more productive, you know, because they're able to take it slow and bring it back and just flow through that. And I guess that segue. Okay, so flowing, just being, you know, I've been learning a lot through COVID about just being and like allowing myself to just go through everything, because like I feel like with the mental health thing, I felt like before that COVID has really shown me to chill. Like it's okay to it's okay to just be. Like if you're not feeling it, like you don't need to be on all the time. And I would say people feel like I'm on all the time, and I didn't feel that way before. And like I didn't feel that way because like I said, I'm a high functioning stress person. I'm not processing it that way. I'm like, bro, this is just who I am. Like I'm ready to go. Like what do you mean? But like that was now, like with COVID, it's shown me to just be and like be chill and like take everything in strides, and like you can't control everything, so don't try to. It's like the same thing about creating out of freedom, like allow you instead of out of fear. Like I'm doing this stuff out of fear, right? I'm like, I don't want to become this type of person. You're not going to become this type of person. You're not. Like trust that within yourself, right? And then creating out of freedom instead of the fear.
Yes. Would you say that being grateful has a big part into you being not flowing?
I don't know, because I've always been such like, I always express gratitude all the time. Like I don't know. I've never seen myself not express gratitude. I don't know how that's going to affect for people who don't. I guess it would be worse because you're not being thankful of where you're at. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to get mad and scream, get mad and scream. Allow yourself to go through that. Break down to break through, because if you just keep bottling that up and you're going through life, it's not going to get better. It's just going to keep piling up. Another thing with that, like I want to say, reward yourself, like be grateful to yourself as well. Like you've gotten yourself this far, you've gotten yourself where you're at, only you know.
So
all that
self-love,
stuff. A lot of self-love. Like I didn't realize how much self-hate I had toward myself after being in the relationship and hanging around the people I've been hanging around. And then I realized like I'm not this person who actually loves myself that much if I'm willing to put up with that, go through that constantly.
It's interesting you say that, because like literally dead ass, like
literally dead ass.
Like and dead ass, like I remember I felt this kind of way to this girl that I had liked, and I kind of hated myself that I had liked her. And my friend told me that it's like, it's okay, just let it set its course. You know what I mean? You have to feel these things. You can't be, you know what I mean? Like it's,
bro, I know what you mean. Oh my, I just learned that, bro. I really just learned that. It's so hard. It is.
But then my friend was like, no, it's okay. You know, now you live, now you learn.
Right.
When you come out of this kind of state, which is normal to be in, you can't be sad. You don't always have to be happy all the time,
and you don't always need to be sad all the time either. Like it's like just flow.
It's ebb and flow.
Right? It's everything.
Flow. Yeah, no, I got you.
And so with the contentment, I was so discontent. Holy moly, I was doing like 50 billion things. Like, I'm just like, like I'm
a crackhead, bro.
I'm a crackhead. It's crackhead hours. It's crackhead hours. That's what's happening. I feel like that's another reason why I was sweating in my sleep, because I just felt so like I'm doing things and like I'm being productive. Like don't get me, like I don't want to confuse that. I'm doing 50 billion things and they're not being productive. I always felt like I need to be doing more for some reason. I'm like, I need to add more value. I need to do this. feeling discontent and going through life, you just feel like shit. Like, you just feel like shit. That's why I'm just like, how can I be gracious and still be like discontent? It's just like, was I really showing gratitude? Like, I can speak gratitude, I can speak that, but do I actually feel grateful? And it's just like, I don't know if I was still feeling that. Like, can I feel them at the same time? Are they mutually exclusive? I don't freaking know. But the problem was I was around the wrong people. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I went through that experience to realize that now
Right.
and stuff like that. So am I happy now? Yeah, I'm happy now. Was I happy yesterday? Probably not. I was probably crying in tears. Like, I literally cry every freaking day. Like, it's crazy. But that's okay. And just allowing myself to be okay at each stage and each step that I'm at is what is making me feel more happy. Which I'm like, if I'm feeling this way, and I don't want to give it happiness. I don't want to label it as happy. If I'm feeling content in the sadness I'm feeling, in the madness I'm feeling, in the happiness I'm feeling, in the weirdness I'm feeling, and I'm feeling content. That is a positive. That's a positive for me. I will continue to move along that path. That continues to open up and show me this is where the happiness is leading.
Right.
Yes.
Because I always find that happiness is a fleeting scale. It is. It really is. And so, like you said, you got to be content. That means you almost got to be present and enjoy the present.
Thank you so much for like listening to this conversation. Subscribe. Literally, like, stay tuned. This is the first freaking visual podcast being done by the Predicament and his crew. Shout out,
Charlie
shout
Arkin,
out.
shout out.
Charlie Arkin, we out here. We in Jelly House. We talking about mental health. We out here, we're trying. So like, if you guys like it, like, stay tuned for more. It's gonna be dope. I'm excited to see where they take this, and I'm just grateful to be here.
Thank you. Well said. Gang shit, everyone. Peace out.
Gang shit. I'm freaking dead.